In this video, we're going to do a FrankenShave with RazorRock the Stallion and RazorRock Al Sapone. Stay tuned. Hey there, folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host, CDB. Thanks so much for joining me again today. And if it's your first time here, I hope you'll consider subscribing below. Okay, so as mentioned before, today we're doing a FrankenShave. I was tagged by Jim from Jim Will Shave, and he wanted me to do a FrankenShave, which is combining a number of different things to make a shave. And I thought, who better to use for a FrankenShave than Pope, for example? Because doesn't he sort of remind you of Herman Munster from the, from the Munsters? Check out his picture right there. Doesn't he remind you a little bit of Herman Munster? We'll talk about Ray in a minute. Also, the Stallion. Both of these are nicely scented soaps. You can still get the Stallion at Italian Barber, but you'd have a hard time finding Al Sapone. It's no longer sold by RazorRock or Italian Barber. You might be able to find it somewhere out there on a BST or something, but both soaps I really enjoy. Great Italian cologne type scents. We won't get into all the every detail of the soap today because, again, the Pope soap is not even available anymore. 24 hours growth is what we're going to work with today. Oh, also, I gave it a little burst of Head Slick too, which contains a little bit of menthol, and it will add some creaminess to your lather. Let's go ahead and use the RazorRock pre-shave as well. Why not? You might as well go full on RazorRock, except for the razor. Today I'm going to use the gold dollar. I think it's 209. And I have the Stallion to thank for the razor. Not only did he send me the razor, but he's been instrumental, really, in my straight razor shaving and really getting me to do that. Well, I wouldn't say instrumental, but he's had a large part in helping me out with honing, helping me, having given me a number of razors and just generally there for advice on honing. And I honed the edge on this blade myself, and I'm very proud of the edge. And so I have the Stallion to thank for that. Now, what do I have Pope to thank for? We'll talk about that as the shave goes on. Anyway, there's the gold dollar, 209. And again, thank you, Stallion, for all your help and guidance. Without him, I'm sure my straight razor journey may not have ever started. Okay, we've also got an Italian flag brush today from RazorRock to honor both of these fine gents. Now, let me tell you something. No one gives me more of a hard time than Pope. He breaks my chops every chance he gets. So when you hear me cracking on Pope, I want you to understand that, look, he gives me a hard time, believe me. And I enjoy it because it's fun. It's not in a, mean-spirited way. And he gives plenty of other people a hard time too. So what has Pope contributed? So we talked about Stallion and straight razor shaving and how much he's helped. Well, everything I know about being a horse's behind is due to Pope. So thank you, Pope. He's taught me well on that front. That's what he's contributed. No, actually, he's a good friend, and I appreciate him. Nice lather here. This stuff smells good, even mixed. Both of them are, again, Italian Colonia type scents. I think both might have been based on some Acqua di Parma fragrance. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't hold me to that. But both are nice, and both are very enjoyable. And we hope to get a great shave today. And again, FrankenShave, mixing some things up. We got the two soaps, we got the Head Slick, and we'll mix the aftershave as well. Okay, let's dry our hands. We definitely want dry hands. This is straight razor shave number 70 something. Can't really recall. And we'll try not to open up that wound from the weck yesterday. I'm telling you what, that weck is the truth. It does not play around. And this edge that I put on this razor with the Izuku, still shaving well. And I know we've seen a lot of guys making fun of us, like DK and Shave 326, making fun of us for having that orgasmic reaction about edges. But once you get into straights and you get an edge that you really like and it's cutting well, especially when you do it yourself, there's such pride that comes with that. And so when you get into that part of it, it is very, very fulfilling. And man, this edge, I am very proud of this edge. Super smooth. plenty sharp enough. And again, I couldn't have done this without the Stallion. So thank you, Stallion. And I would also mention that Ray Pope over the years has been very helpful to me as well. He sent me many things. When I got into another hobby, he sent me a bunch of those items for a time. I mean, just both great guys, and both, I'm glad to consider them friends. We don't always agree on every single issue, and I'm probably a little more shave geeky than they are. And so we don't always agree on every little thing, but I appreciate what they do. And so I wanted to thank both of them. And I'm so glad that both of them are still in the community and being active. Pope just did a live video in the Lather and Blade Facebook group the other day. He has not come back to YouTube as of yet. I hope he will consider it, because he is very funny and he's very different from anything out there. And I enjoy it. And so, Ray, I hope you'll consider coming back to YouTube as well. Wow. There's my orgasmic edge reaction. I'm telling you, when you guys start honing yourself and you get that first edge that's really smooth and really sharp and really to your liking, you're going to have an orgasmic reaction as well. All right, let's get going here with our second pass. This soap smells great, by the way. And as you can see, no performance woes. Now, I did add the head slick to it, so that will add some creaminess to any lather. So if you have a soap that's, not that this soap needs it, because you can shave well without it, but if you have a soap that maybe is not super creamy, add your shot or two of a little burst or two of head slick. It will bring the creaminess, I promise you. Or at least it always does for me. So let's set those soaps aside. And let's get back to lathering after we mist here a little bit. Again, Shave Geekery, the Glen Helly mister here. I'm going to be going, as you know, going off the grid again in a couple of days. And when I do, I'm thinking about making like an old school sofa session video. You long-timers might remember, I should say, the sofa sessions where I used to really have no holds barred conversations about things. And we might be getting close to that again, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on that probably needs some addressing. And maybe I'll do that while I'm camping. The first night I'll probably be by myself. It'd be a great time to do it. Address some of these things in a very direct fashion. And we'll see. We'll see what happens there. So if you want to see an old school sofa session like video, let me know below. And if you don't, let me know as well. I'm interested in hearing your opinion, but there's some things that I could opine on that I think are worthy of mentioning. All right, very nice. So let me know what you think below if you're interested in that. And if you're not, let me know too. I'm always interested in feedback. Okay, let's get going with pass number 2. Great scent on these two soaps. Mixed, I think they're very nice by themselves. I think they're very nice. I don't know if they got to choose the fragrance, but very nice scents on these soaps. I would say the Al Capone, which is the Pope soap, is a little lightly scented relative to the Stallions, but both are very nice. And I'm glad to have both. Boy, there's something about these hollow blades and that feedback that just makes it quite enjoyable for me. I love using these hologram blades. And these gold dollars, I must say, if honed properly, they'll cut well. I don't know how long it will hold its edge. I think this is probably, on this particular one, this is probably my 5th, 6th shave on it. Is still quite sharp. and quite nice. So but as you know, different types of steel hold edges differently and for longer or shorter duration. So softer steel tends to be easier to sharpen, but it doesn't hold an edge as long. Harder steel, the opposite. So I don't know where the gold dollar steel fits into that, but if you hone, it really doesn't matter, because you can just either touch it up or re-hone it. And that's what we'll do with this one when it's ready. But right now it's cutting really well. And these hollow ground blades for me just feel so much smoother than the wedges. Even when the wedges are well honed, I personally think the grind makes a lot of difference. But this is very enjoyable. So again, I got to thank the Stallion for helping me out a lot. And with the honing tips, and I don't hone exactly like the Stallion hones, but I'm new. I've been doing more X strokes, and I find that works a little better for me in terms of the type of edge I want. But one thing about the Stallion is he's never told anybody you have to do it exactly the way I do. He's like, hey, just get honing, hone as much as you can. I haven't had much time to hone recently, but he's an advocate of trying many different edges. And so I think over time you develop your own feel for what works best. And then you should hone however you see fit. But I think it's important. The most important thing for me is not to be crapping on other people's honing. Like, it's one thing if you don't like an edge, but to crap on someone else's honing technique and the way they do it, I think is bad form. And the Stallion does not do that, for what it's worth. I have seen other people do it. I'm not a fan of that, because each person should learn in the way they hone and what works best for them. And if you don't like the edge, that's fine. You can learn to hone yourself and hone your own edge. But this is really enjoyable. Very nice. Really nice. And for those of you who haven't honed your own edges yet, I'm telling you, it really brings such additional joy and value to your straight razor shave. Yes, it requires some money to get started, but when you get that edge and you did it yourself, all of it, from setting the bevel, excuse me, I'm tongue twisted today. From setting the bevel all the way up, it is very enjoyable. Man, nice scent. These two mixed has quite a nice scent, so I'm looking forward to the aftershave, mixing them. Let's see how it goes. The Stallion is more of an oud scent, but it's not a funky oud. It's a nice oud. And the Pope is more of like an Italian cologne-ish. I can't really describe it other than that. But it is very nice, and I like both. And again, proud to know both gentlemen, and I hope they're around for many years to come. And don't mistake when they occasionally disagree or break my balls for a rift between us, because that is not the case. Just want to let you guys know that. And I can't wait for them to do their next live in the in the Lather and Blade Facebook group. That's going to be fun. They said they'd be doing it about once a month. And it's like it's like an hour or two of just cracking on people, myself included, quite a few times. And I just laughed. I thought it was really fun. So I can't wait to see them do it again. And I hope you all will, if you're not a member of that particular group and you want to see that, it will be exclusive to that group. So I hope you'll check it out if that sounds interesting to you. And I'll post a link to the Lather and Blade Facebook group below. By the way, this Friday coming up, David will be hosting Real Talk with a guest host. So who knows who that will be? I don't know who he's going to have yet. So stay tuned. Whenever I find out, I will let you know. because I will be still out in the woods fishing. And there'll be a guest host this week. So I hope it's someone good. I don't know who it will be yet. It will be interesting. So I hope you'll tune in once again. It will be, I don't know where it'll be yet, but we'll bring that to you when I find out. Or make sure you follow So Sharp David on Instagram and So Sharp David on his YouTube channel. I'm sure he will announce that if I'm already gone before they figure out who the host is going to be. I'm sure they'll announce it. Man, nice. Nice smooth shave today. And yes, orgasmic response to the edge here. I'm very proud of this edge. This is the one I took camping with me last time, and I used it a couple of times while there. So very nice, very nice. I need to get back to hunting and blast out a few more of these. Honestly, I've been so busy, I just haven't had time. Doing all these videos and keeping up with everything, it really takes a lot of time. All right, let's wipe this off and we'll rinse and then we'll come back for the post. Stay tuned. All right, and we're back with the PAA alum, and we have the dry dock here. Very little burning, just some slight tingling on the neck there, so that's good. We had a nice smooth shave, which I was looking for. And by the way, the alum will help with cleaning. If you have any residual soap on your face, for example, it's an astringent. And also if you have any little minor scrapes or cuts, it will help to sort of sanitize and close those up. And I've been enjoying the dry dock. You just set it in there after you wipe it off, and it keeps the alum in good shape. So let me rinse this off. We'll come back and do the after shave. Stay tuned. All right, we're back with the Magic Made by Witches Thayer's Witch Hazel. Make sure you get the dome too, gents. Got to get that goodness all around magic because it's made by witches. And then we will figure out a way here to use the Stallion, or actually the Pope and Stallion aftershave. And as you can see, I've used these quite a few times because I do enjoy both. Let's take the caps off both and hopefully not knock them over. Okay, we'll pour a little Stallion in there, the Stallion juice. And then we'll pour a little bit of the Pope juice in there. And rub them together, and there we go. Nice. Oh, yes. I think the scents actually on these two complement each other. It's like they were made to be together. The Stallion and Pope, made for each other like this. Wow, that's nice. Whew. That's actually quite impressive. I think these two really go well together. So our FrankenShave today came out pretty well. So thank you, Jim, for tagging me. Now, who shall I tag? Let's see. John Shaves 101. This seems like something John might enjoy. We're tagging Ken Klitschko, Shave 326. I think I might enjoy seeing what his choices are. Also going to tag Tim Shaves. I think I might enjoy seeing what Tim comes up with. So I want to thank everyone for joining. We've had a wonderful shave today with the Stallion and the Pope juice. It was fun. I love both of those guys. I hope you all appreciate them as well. Again, if you want to see Pope, join the Lather and Blade Facebook group. Thanks for joining. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, short shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.